think the button has been pushed. Say hi. Hey,
Good evening.
that's the one. That is the one. All right. Let me go ahead and push enter here and grab that URL now that the stream is going. Yes, it is going. You're good to go. Bam. All right. Give it like a couple seconds. We'll see here.
Been a couple seconds.
All right. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, go.
Last time on Dinosaur Fights Z, Gyro decided to abandon his task and go help secure down the ring after some Triceratops broke into the arena and wanted to kill everyone. But why they want to kill him, we'll find out later. Ivy Drop went and tried to, run away with the rest of the crowd. Dur follows suit, keeping an eye out since that was his task assigned by the group, and he's not a quitter, unlike Gyro. So, luckily, the group of heroes plus the Rumble Foxes was able to defeat the Triceratopses and save the day. As they left the arena, the Bard played it up as a big show, tried to keep the crowd nice and calm, while the Paladin, maybe, who was a member of the Guard was very angry and, wanted to get to the bottom of this. So everyone in the party went into the arena to go to the cages, while Dur continued to follow Ivy Drop as they went to the tavern. But actually, hold up a second. Gyro went and found someone who was looking suspicious. They went in the tavern, locked door behind them, then the door opened, he was gone. How suspicious.
What the heck? Why did Firefox crash?
What the main party found inside the cages were that the bars were more or less kind of cut instead of broken by sheer force. And Hunting Force tried to be enraged, but it turns out he was drinking water tainted with Barbarian's Chew, an alchemical thing that makes people, rage, which explains why the dinosaurs raged. So, the only person who really can make Barbarian's Chew is like an alchemist, so it's probably Gyro is the person at fault here. But back in the tavern with Ivy Drop, she sat down next to the alchemist shopkeeper, who magicked something into her drink. Gyro was, of course, doing his diligent duty watching, and informed the barkeep, who then drugged him instead. And that is pretty much where we faded off. Things to do is get our dash from the arena for our bets and winnings.
Yes.
Out of character, it does make sense that Gyro would probably be the one to betray us all and try to impress the girls.
I followed the alchemist. I remember that. He got that bit, and he disappeared behind a door.
I didn't know if it was the alchemist or not.
Yes. You guys had Gyro tailed the alchemist down an alleyway. Went in, opened the door. He's not there anymore. How mysterious. Following up, not too long later, Dur seemed to. You guys kind of left off where Dur was whispering things to Ivory Drop. Don't drink the thing. He kind of saw the person in question slip something into the drink, which naturally also pissed off the bar lady when you told her, and she kind of counter-spiked the drink back, brought it to him.
Wait to just repeat what I said.
Yes. But yeah. That's kind of...
Important note, Nightveil and Working Title suspect Dur as the one doing the kidnapping, because Dur is the only person with eyes dropped the entire time.
Fair.
We don't understand this, but that's what they think.
Well, will you pick up here, and let me put one of these tokens across the way. I just needed to forgot to put the there you go. This is kind of the situation right now, and this guy has the little
Don't eat it all, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be eating a second.
So, Dur, you are within Ivory Drop's main, looking down at the now unconscious alchemist who is sitting there, or sleeping there rather, just kind of like...
Nitpick. Ivy Drop was at the bar. The bartender pulled her away saying she looked famished and got her food.
Oh, yes. You are correct. Alright, hold on, I got this.
Is it just me, or is Mainly really quiet today?
Oh, it's my mic. It's just like, I hate this mic, and that's why I'm getting a new one.
You just got a new one.
Yep. I'm aware.
So you're saying you made the wrong choice?
I'm saying that this is my temporary mic, because my old one does not work anymore. So, this is my solution. All right.
Follow whoever came in, but they dropped. So fuck them.
I think it was Jazz.
All right. So. So yeah.
Sambuca.
All right.
So like a plain coffee stick.
There is. Oh, higher. There is a. Spectators are muted. Yes. But you can tune along into the YouTube channel and just keep that on mute since you're. I mean, you're live in the voice chat here. But yeah. The bartend, who is looking supremely smug, is going back and forth, just kind of like looking over to the sleepy cat alchemist over there. Brought Ivory, drop her food right here and kind of set it down. Well, the absolute nerve of some people. And she sets it down. And Ivory Drop smiles. Oh, yes. You know, I guess it's good to have, and she's like trying to like, she seems to be trying to think like of how to like word the things she's saying. Just good to have your wits about you, I suppose. And she nods. And she kind of like looks up and down, like around. Are you hiding from the bartender?
No.
And spotting you, she says, she don't like call you out specifically, but she looks down. Yes, it is good to have a little birdie on your shoulder when you need him. Dur, what are you doing?
How am I doing? Just say hi to me.
By the way, I don't see anything if that's intentional.
Yeah, you're not in the tavern right now.
Yeah. Dur just mentioned to the barkeep that, you know, keep the guy's drink. The alchemist can look at it later and wait for them to come back or something. They were going to check out the cages for the fight, and we're probably heading back here afterwards.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, Gyro, you were in like the area where you guys were sleeping the night before, right? You were looking there, trying to see if you could spot that guy you were trying to tail. Correct?
I don't quite remember if I stayed there. I thought I was going back to the group when he did nothing after a while.
You were with the group because you would identify the barbarian's child.
Yeah, that's right. That's where I last was.
All right. So you guys figured that out, and then believe you guys were just that's where you guys left off specifically, figuring this out, correct?
I think so.
All right. Standing at the cage then, as you guys kind of had that little moment. Sela, you're the paladin, seemed to have been like still talking to the guards, things like that. What are you guys variably doing upon getting this information?
Well, I suppose I'll mention to the rest of them. So I saw the alchemist that I was tailing him because I can't remember. Did Dirt tell me they tried to spike the drink? I feel like
No.
that happened.
Nope.
You haven't seen that.
I'm trying to figure out why I was tailing the alchemist then. I don't remember.
It's because he was going. Yeah. I guess Dirk can fill you in.
No, all I have written down is Jar flies up, sees someone, and starts following them.
Yeah, I think you saw someone suspicious in the crowd and was like, I'm gonna follow them.
That might have been it. I can't remember.
Because there was a person in the crowd that was tugging Ivory Drop along, who you had initially suspected of doing things, but Ivory Drop called him out on being a bad date for not showing up, all that stuff. And then as you started going back to the party, saw somebody sneaking around the other side of the arena, kind of going down an alley toward the way that you guys had been living.
Yeah, so I saw a really suspicious guy going down the alley. He actually went into the inn that we were in, but when he went in, the door kind of locked. And when I was able to get in after him, I checked all the rooms that I could listening in, but nobody was at the inn. It was really strange.
So he saw you and got away.
No, No, he didn't see me. At least, I don't think he saw me. He never looked up. Anyways.
Your bard kind of chimes in as he's just kind of milling about. Hmm. You know, this is rather suspicious. That is rather suspicious when you think about it. Did you? And he kind of wiggles his hand a little bit. Do any detections or anything like that? I figure that you might be able to.
No, that's not really my area of expertise, I'm afraid.
Hmm.
Not really magical in the same sense as a wizard might be.
I feel like you would get along with our friend Kess. And speaking of which, where is the bugger? And he looks left and right. Kind of goes over toward Cairo, who's just tossing a little bit of fire just to himself. He looks rather bored. Have you seen him? And they kind of look down. And kind of gives a shrug. Not really. Hunting for us. Oh, what?
We should go talk with the alchemist.
The alchemist is currently not really. I guess Gyro knows where the alchemist, kind of where he saw him last, but aside from that, I think Dur's the only one who directly knows where the alchemist is. However, you are free to go try to find it.
Alright, yeah. Go try to find him.
Alright, where are you headed to go try to find him?
We should ask the Rumblefuckers if they know what the alchemist shop is.
You guys know where the alchemist shop
Yeah,
is.
we've been to the alchemist shop. That's where we've got our fake blood and such.
Let's go there.
Alright.
Alright.
My knuckles, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some information of him.
Let me make this a let me pull you guys over here.
Yeah,
Bonk.
there's no map we can actually look at.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's place everybody where they are. Dirt, you are in here. And you guys are over here. Look at that. You guys pretty much go over to where you remember the alchemist shop to be. And kind of going around the way. There's his shop. Though the door seems to be closed and all the lights inside seem to be off.
Does anyone have a subtle way of opening this?
Let me see if I have a crowbar.
What's the door made out of?
Well, I mean, it looks like wood, as far as you're aware.
I think I used up all my acid.
It's not subtle.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Is there a rock?
Is there a rock? I mean, yeah.
Rock. Or maybe a rock. Near the front door.
I missed what you said there, Paolo.
I want to see if he leaves a crack key near his door, like some people do. Rock or rug.
Oh, rug. Okay. Yeah. You look down, and yes, there is the little rug. It's just saying, you know, this your standard welcomes. There's probably a little alchemist pun on it. Similar to like the, you know, the wipe your paws kind of thing.
Look under it.
Looking under the rug, though, you peek, and you find less dust than the surrounding area.
Suspicious.
Suspicious indeed.
I knock where there's less dust to see if it sounds hollower in the surrounding.
You knock, and it sounds the same. There doesn't seem to be, at least doesn't appear to be a a difference in the way that the knocking is.
You know the rug is preventing dust from going under it, right?
It was worth a check.
Alright, we don't have our jury with us, so time for the hunting forest, Stu. I'm just going to claw my way through that door.
In broad daylight, you start clawing your way into the door. Give me your attack rolls, you.
Alright, and I'm also going to add my acid aura.
Oh my god, you monster. You're just gonna break my dude's house? Or his door?
Pingwing looks like he was about to raise his claw to tell you that's probably not the best, and then just slash, slash, slash. And Zakira just kind of stands over here by Gyro, just blinking as you are slashing, and the door's down.
I face palm. Face hoof.
That-
Whatever. Oh no, face palm. I have talents, right? I'm a griffin.
That really wasn't the most necessary thing to do.
I mean, I'm sure Penguin could have knocked for us.
I could have, yes. I feel like he's done a much better job of knocking, if you ask me, he says with as much sarcasm as his monotone voice will allow.
Gyro, find if this alchemist sells the things we found here.
Wait. So we're trying not to look like criminals here. We're trying to clear our names. And we go and we bust down this guy's door. And we're going to sit in there, inspecting it, turning the place over, while the door is wide open. Am I getting this right, guys?
No, we are not here to look ourselves looks innocent.
Gyro, that sounds exactly like what they're doing.
I see.
And he puts a claw to his chest. I, for one, am a very moral hippogriff, and I think I will just sit out here for now.
Can you at least, like, make it look like it's a door there, Penguin?
And yeah, you're gonna have to give me a diplomacy check for that one.
Yeah, hunting forest is just walking in.
Just went in.
Door was open.
Here is my fantastic diplomacy roll of 5.
He looks really iffy about the whole thing. Zakira, who is just kind of like, who nods just a little bit, this seems to be trying to assist you slightly. Just, just so people don't get all uppity, and also does does her roll. And as she does, the Penguin just kind of like looks over and closes his eyes for a moment. Fine, but if I get arrested, I'm gonna be so mad. And he shakes his head. I can't even tell you how mad I'll be. And she nods. That's okay. And she nods. Duly noted. And Zakira looks towards the door.
Realize how much worse it would look for you to stand outside a door that was just broken down, loitering out there.
I don't need sass from you, he says as he waves his claw, and there's now an illusory door there. Just go in and do what you need to do.
Alright.
Hunting forest is going into the alchemist shop.
Yeah, I'll follow in too, I suppose.
Alright, so you guys start going in. You guys walk into the shop. The shop itself is, like I said, dark. There doesn't seem to be any lights on, no candles, anything like that. I mean, it's just seems like the shop was closed. There doesn't seem to be anybody in there at the moment. Is there anything in particular you guys are looking for? What are we doing?
The flowers would probably be a good indicator.
So you're looking for some flowers.
Yes.
All right, give me perception checks.
All right.
17.
Me. Familiar.
I want to see if he has anything where that he puts around.
You want to? You're cutting out just a little bit there, Paolo.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I want to see if he has anything greater than a protein.
Protean. All right, go for it. All right, so I see 17, 14, 21, and 26 for the protean thing. I'll start with the first thing here. You guys start looking around for the infamous little blue girl that you are familiar with seeing. And looking up and down the shelves, it doesn't seem like you necessarily spot any, though Gyro, you being more familiar with some of the ingredients, you do manage to find some that are just kind of behind his counter in a small unlabeled, like a couple petals in small unlabeled bottles, just behind it, as if he had put them there just for safekeeping. A door behind you kind of leads to what seems to be the back behind the counter. And those just seem to be a little out of place, but
All right.
yeah.
Let's follow that door, I suppose.
Night Vale, looking for anything protean around the way. You do not spot anything. I almost forgot that bit. You go.
This door locked.
You go to open the door, and jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. The door does seem to be rather locked.
Well, we're not going to be.
Hey, I crit on the door.
Okay, I was just about to ask for your assistance, but I see.
Somebody is very trigger happy, Zakir says, shaking his head, or shaking your head.
Indeed.
However, the door, while you may have crit against it, does not seem to have any organs to crit against. But it still goes down. Donk. Didn't have very good hinges.
If he's innocent, we need to leave some gold to pay for his door.
Ah, I'm sure he has insurance.
Oh my god. I will leave some gold to pay for his door.
Now,
You're asking the dragon to pay for things. I'm like,
a plume of dust whooshes up from the inside. Doesn't seem like his floor is has been swept too often in the back there. But once the dust settles, it is rather dark. Sakira, rolling her eyes a little bit, summons up her two cloven hooves, and with a little bit of a wave from them, flicks up what seems to be a small coin, which suddenly starts to glow very brightly. Just kind of illuminates the area. Give me perception checks, ye who are looking about. And what are you looking for?
Anything that seems out of place in an alchemist shop.
All right.
yeah, there we are.
Well, I'm not gonna find anything. My familiar might not even find anything with an 18.
Let's peep here. Night Vale, you start looking in first with the others. I think Hunting Forest and Night Vale, maybe get the most information here. Just generally looking in, there does seem to be a grander scope of different vials, little fluids in the place. All of it seems rather gibberish. There's a little work desk. It seems that that seems to be currently brewing up something, just on a very, very low sort of candle flame underneath, just kind of bubbling away. Gyro, you are able to spot a little bit more detail for the sole fact that you are familiar with these kind of things. All of the labels are categorized very nicely. If anything, it's kind of impressive how organized a station like this is. There really is only one or two things that seem to be out of place. Yeah, generally it just seems to be a work area for him to be making potions, and a lot of these ingredients seem to be rather mundane. Though, I mean, not all of them are just immediately visible on shelves. There seems to be a couple drawers, little keyholes in them, and things that are around the room.
I am gonna examine the potion that's brewing right now.
You go over to the potion and examine it. Give me your craft alchemy. Potion isn't made yet, so you have to like kind of.
So that would be a 34.
He seems to be making a potion of some level of curing. It doesn't seem to be quite done yet.
Okay. It's just cure light wounds, guys.
Hunting Force is going to check the drawers.
You go to open the drawers. A couple of them open, though mainly the ones that open are ones that have little writing utensils in them, small feathers, rather larger feathers that seem to be from a person themselves. I mean, Gyro, having seen them before, they do seem to be from his own plumage, if anything. There's a couple, though, that you can't get into, which do have a key lock in them, or like a keyhole on the front. That kind of jiggle when you, yeah.
Try and force it, please. Don't just destroy his furniture, too.
Alright, I'll try to force the thing open.
Give me a strength check. You go to pull the drawer, and it does seem to be made out of a nice wood. And in fact, as you start pulling on it, the metal on the handle starts to heat up lightly.
Oh no.
Serves you right.
Mm-hmm.
But that knows.
Mm-hmm.
I grabbed Gyro's head and like smashed into the
No. What you can do is give me a reflex save.
Alright.
Ow, that's hot. That's very hot. Very hot indeed. And you take only half of this damage here. Mm-hmm. Seems like those drawers are a tad more protected than the drawer coming in here. And Zakira just kind of gives a small giggle to the side.
He had it coming, didn't he, Zakira?
You guys briefly kind of hear Pingling outside, seemingly starting to talk to somebody who's out there, and it's kind of muffled, but you just hear him say, No, I'm just waiting for him to come back. I know he's very closed right now, so I mean, if I could probably leave you a message. If he seems to be just telling somebody, like, trying to convince somebody somewhat amateurly that this place is closed and being very nervous about it.
Oh, no.
Is there anything for tea in the room?
You look left and right for anything Protean. There does not seem to be anything in Protean. Though it might as well be, given the fact that you are not an alchemist and these are a bunch of alchemical things. With labels that seem to be in a lot of weird terms.
Yeah, you know, it just occurs to me, we're kind of helpless without Dirk.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna get a second chance here, you know, guys.
That's why I'm smashing everything.
Oh my god.
Are you trying to slash these drawers open?
Yep.
All right, you just get mad and start slashing at him. Slash, which definitely wipes the smile off of Zakira's face. Let's see, how much damage did you do here?
16 altogether.
Fantastic. Give me another reflex save.
Alright. Ooh, 12.
You slash at the drawers. Now you'll take this full damage from this. 12. As you start slashing, and the drawers, little metal bits in the drawers that you're trying to slash open do in fact hurt. Though, I mean, the outer bits past the metal are still made of wood. And so, yes, while you have disabled the trap, and it hurt, you have managed to get the front of the drawers to just kind of start hanging off, and you are able to access its contents now.
Alright, gotta take a look inside.
Opening the drawer, you see a small metal box.
I will take the metal box out.
Be careful.
You do that.
Sadly, created a werewolf.
Let Mimi.
Yeah, you open. You take out the box. You are now holding the box.
Can I open the box?
You open the box and see a number of things. It doesn't seem to be locked, but there is a number of things in here that look very, very pristine. It's kind of like when you open up a new headset for the first time. There's like really nice padding where everything, like all the little vials, fit exactly into the little spots that they're supposed to go. Each with various different colored liquids and fluids in there. There seems to be some clear ones, some mildly opaque ones, and even one with a strangely red sort of substance in it. And there's about 8 or 9 of them.
Gyro lets out a long sigh and offers his claw. Give them here.
I'll give them to Gyro.
Give me your craft alchemy, sir.
Yep. +2, so 29 today.
29. Each and every one of these things seems to be some sort of body fluid.
Oh.
I quickly give the box back to the dragon.
Well, what are these?
Nothing important.
And that is, of course, different things, such as like blood, etc., etc. Things that would be found in a body.
Yes.
That's not important.
Well, I'm like, this is the most incriminating thing ever.
Important. Do you see anything that may be Wolfbane?
It's just a bunch of body fluids. I have no clue why he has this, but like,
You don't think this is all incriminating from a kidnapper?
no, I don't. You can piss in a vial. You can draw your own blood.
And Zakira gives you a light bapping on the head. And she just shakes her head. She's a bit lost for words.
You've never heard of trophies?
Why would you take that as a trophy?
I mean, insane people don't make sense, so...
I disagree. We do.
I disagree.
Can you run tests on this to see who these belong to?
No. I don't know how to scry. Maybe Pingling does.
Pingling seems to be in argument with somebody outside. Now that's just unfair. Erolon has a very nice school. And he seems to be now talking about something with somebody who is very clearly just poking fun at him to make him dance, and he seems to be tap dancing away. And furthermore, necromancy is just a taboo art. Yes, it's bad, but it has its applications.
Oh my god, he's in a nerd fight.
Yeah, we can't go out the front door, you know, guys. Is there a window or something, maybe?
You saw 2 windows in the front. There doesn't seem to be any windows in the back.
Oh, I do think we should give a quick test of, or a quick check for barbarians, weed, or... Because that occurs to me that we should check for that.
Yes, I guess do.
Alright. Feel free to give me that perception check if that's what you're looking for. looking around, left, right. It's a bit hard to spot exactly what you're looking for in terms of you, Night Vale. Um, but roughly about the same time, you and Gyro spot it. Gyro more because he just realized everything here was arranged alphabetically. Um, and going into the Sphinxus, whatever Sphinx would be for B, you pull out a small vial which has a single leaf of Barbarian's Chew within it.
Well, this is Barbarian's Chew, but this is not actually terribly unusual to be in an alchemist shop, to be fair.
What?
I'm just saying, I have some back home.
You have a home?
Yes. Some of us are not homeless, wandering, adventuring fools.
That's amazing.
Yes, I did, Skies.
I don't think I want to talk to you anymore, so I think I've made my points clear.
But there's one thing I want to check. The box with the fluids. Was it opened before?
Was what opened?
Box, was it ever opened before?
Well, the box didn't have a lock on it.
I'm wondering, did he make?
You know, there's a.
Did he what?
This was just a simple doctor's thing. Why would it have such a good security on it?
What would your query there, Paolo?
Wonder if he himself had collected these, or if he got it from the mail. Maybe there is something on the box that would answer me.
Well, like I said, there was no lock on the box, so like if you did get in the mail, I would be suspicious why you didn't open it.
Maybe one of these is Damien's blood.
Anyway, I'm gonna head over to the door and poke my head through it and make a growl.
No.
Give me an intimidation check.
Leave through. Oh my god.
Oh, only a 13. Shit.
You poke your head out through the illusion and growl. Grrr.
Oh my god.
And you wind up scaring Pingwing, who is originally had his claws crossed, looking away at somebody who he seemed to be walking very far away from the shop. Like he's finally like started leaving, and Pingwing is now jumped and landed on his front. Ah! Well, the next time you're going to do that. And he stands up and dusts himself off. He's very flustered.
Yeah, not Zakora. What am I saying? Why is her name escaping me? Zakira. We should probably leave through the window before Forrest gets all of us into trouble.
And she points to the two windows in the front. You know, ironically, I think that smashing through the front two windows would be more obtrusive than just walking through the illusory door that's already been knocked down. She nods.
They're in the front. Yeah, fair.
I'm gonna hand Penguin the box. Can you scry with this?
Can I do what now? And he blinks.
There's blood and all sorts of fluids in there. Can you scry?
And he blinks. What? And he looks into them. Oh, whose fluids?
That's what we're trying to find out.
And he kind of pulls out his book with the trademark little snowflake on the outside, his little leather bound one, and starts kind of reading through it. Sky.
Perhaps we should not do this here, guys. You know, near this illusion that someone will eventually discover.
Are you suggesting we take these with us? That's stealing. It's illegal.
Yes, but so is breaking down the door. So we should probably get out of here.
Look, I thought I smelled gas, or heard a baby cry. There we go. Justified.
And it was me crying. Perfect.
Penguin,
Sorry.
Penguin, who closes his book, says, "I don't think I have that one. I know that where I could find it if I had a proper library," and he shakes his head a little bit. "But honestly, I have to say it is a very good thing you did not take the Paladin with us in this case, because I feel she would have ripped you a new one. Specifically," and he points toward Night Vale, him.
Did nothing.
Yeah, but you're the one with the evil aura.
Mahaha.
Fine, we'll head to a library.
Anyways, and Penguin starts going over toward the door, and flips to his book, flip, and starts muttering, mutter.
Before you do that, you might want to do it to the other things inside.
He stops muttering. "What do you mean the other things inside?"
We let a dragon loose in a china shop. That's what.
He shoots you a look, Hunting Forest.
I'm not Jerry here. Give me a break.
He squints. "What? Never mind, I'll just fix that." And he walks in. Zakira, in fact, actually goes in to help him. Just also muttering something to herself. Something. Dragons. Something. Nature has beaten me to the punch. And less than 5-6 minutes later, they come back out, and Penguin is the last one out as he holds his claw up to the illusory door, which starts. You guys hear creaking, wood placing, weird things coming back together, and then he waves his hand again. "There we go, good as new." And while it looks like nothing, literally nothing, happened, it seems like he has taken away his illusion as he goes to knock on the door, which lets loose a little sound.
Oh, good. Thank you for this help in not getting us arrested by Hunting Forest's inclination towards crime.
Hunting Forest, I would have expected this from Gyro, if anyone.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Gyro's being too pussy about it.
I shoot ping a glare at that, of course.
Zakira is just whistling and walking off. Whistle, whistle, whistle. She doesn't want any part of this.
Let's find a library.
Alright, back to Dur. Dur.
Dur is face palming. He doesn't know why, but he just is. He's really confused.
What are your next actions here, Dur? What are you doing?
Dur's gonna question the bartender and say, "Hey, how long will that guy be out of it?"
She blinks and like looks. I mean, she has to look for you as she hears your voice. Looks left to right, and then down on the counter. Certainly not used to tiny voices. And she thinks a little bit. Well, she kind of puts the claw to the back, or paw to the back of her head. I am not sure. I am not the one who. I'm not the one who made that sleeping draft. And she gives a little. I just put in a dollop, as they call it.
Yeah, okay.
She totally gave him his own sleeping draught.
Well, Drew's gonna be a bit productive while everything happens. He's gonna tell the bartender, and this, well, if he wakes up, I'm gonna rifle through his stuff while he sleeps and try to find evidence against him.
You go to his pack and start rifling through his things. Nobody else seems to be paying him any mind. A couple people just kind of like laughed his way, actually, just kind of seeing him sleep on the counter there. Seems like the only people who are wise to the fact that he's been drugged is you, the bartender, and Ivory Drop.
Mm-hmm.
The context of his pack are rather vast for a tiny bird. Give me a perception check. You find a number of things. A couple feathers, you find a couple vials, you find a few little tablets similar to the ones that you'd seen him slip into the drink. Kind of in their own little feltish container.
Drew's gonna take the tablets for evidence and future use.
You know, we should have also taken the feathers, but I completely forgot about those.
They're his own.
Are all of them his own? I thought there was a number of them.
The ones that there was a couple small ones, a couple larger ones. The larger ones seem to be of his own plumage.
Smaller ones are probably of Dur-sized griffins. It's fine.
Look, all I'm just thinking is cupcakes here.
So, miscellaneous stuff, sleeping tablets, and the only interesting thing found, right?
Anything else from there is more just like your standard adventuring gear. Not really even adventuring gear, more or less. It's
Just junk.
stuff, yeah. Maybe like a small ration, stuff like that you could just take around with them. Things that you just find somebody going around day to day with.
Any gold?
You do find a small pack of money that searching in has 2 gold pieces, about 17 silver, and 12 copper.
It's not enough to steal. You'll leave it. It's not worth the conscience. So he'll just take the sleeping tablets and vacate the person's bag.
You vacate the bag with your sleeping tablets.
And he'll check to make sure he's still asleep, and then just push the drink he gave to Ivory Drop in front of him and move his away, so when he wakes up he drinks that one.
Ivory drops?
Yes, he's gonna swap the glasses, so when he wakes up and takes a sip, he sips his own sleeping medication again.
Are you sneaking while doing this? I'm just curious.
Well, yeah, because I don't see.
Go for it. You start pushing around on the glasses. Scoot, scoot, scoot. There's a couple people that kind of like look over that way, and it's just like, you hear them across the way. I swear that glass wasn't there a second ago, you know, from like the side, like, and just kind of shrug it off. It's kind of one of those things, just like, like the moments when you have deja vu. It's just one of those. You managed to switch out the glasses. Now it is in front of him, right where the other one was.
Sure, Snickers, and we'll flutter back to the barkeep.
You do that. The barkeep seems to be catering to some of the other folks on the counter.
Yeah, and really he's just gonna perch on a shelf and keep an eye on Ivory Drop.
She seems to be more than happy to do what she is doing, though Ivory Drop kind of like looking left and right. She doesn't seem to really see you, but she stands up and she looks, goes over to the bartender, kind of slips her a little bit of a tip in the amount of a couple gold. It says, "Thank you very much," and she says, "No problem, dear. Know that you are always accepted around here, yes? And don't let those creepy ones get you, okay?" She says, she kind of gives a small wink, and Ivory Drop gives a little clip clop over hers, clip clop, and nods, "Yes, ma'am," and turns around and she like looks left and right again. She doesn't seem to see you, but just awkwardly starts to walk back out of the bar.
And they're just gonna flutter down from the shelf and towards her, up next to her head and whisper, Sure. You know, he probably was the one, but honestly, still not sure.
Well, and she crosses her hose again. He still, stood me up, and she kind of like thinks as she opens the door and walks out. And I don't really appreciate that, and so, for all I care, he can just sleep there and awake to me not being there. Nods.
He just shakes his head, and but the person who stood you up was trying to kidnap you. Why are you so upset?
Well, would you be upset if somebody tried to kidnap you?
There are flashes to Damien.
It's happened many times.
Well, well, see, and she shakes her head. Why?
Because evil people do bad things to small griffins. Bad things.
Well, then, should I go get the guards then or something? Would that make you happier?
I mean, he did try to drug you.
And she blinks.
Yeah, worst case scenario, he tried to date rape you.
Yes.
Alright, let's look around. And she starts looking left and right, Dura, give me a perception check if you want to help her try to find these guards.
Did she go outside tomorrow?
You start helping her look for guards, and you spot them before she does. There's a couple that are still over toward the, like around the thing, kind of barring anybody from really, popping in and trying to see what's up and then, the stuff. The crowd, like I said, seemed generally sated with, Lem's response to the whole thing. He seemed to have played that off very well. But the guards are still standing there, just, like, quietly keeping eye, making sure nobody's to, like, rile up tensions.
Mic off.
And
Mic on.
Drew's gonna whisper to Ivory, saying, and when you tell them, just say you managed to switch the drinks. That's why he drank his own sleeping drugs.
And she starts walking. Hang on, let me plug in my headset really quick. 1 second. Oh, there you go. So, she starts, you point that out, and, she starts walking. She nods to what she said, and starts walking over to the guards. Kind of, popping out before she gets there seems to be, your paladin friend, Sela, who, calls out his name, making his posture straighten up, as he, assumes a more authoritative sort of, professional stance rather than the somewhat lazy one he had a second before. And what do you think you are doing, slacking? And he looks over. I am not slacking, ma'am! Well, then you sure have fooled me! And she gives him, like, a berating, as, Ivory just kind of stops, waits for that to go on. You hear whisper very small, oh my. And, kind of, turning to look, Sela sees, Ivory drop, and kind of blinks, squints. Dur, are you staying hidden in her mane, or what are you doing?
Well, he's seen the paladin before, so not trying to stay too hidden.
She squints, at Ivory Drop, who seems to have been, over here. And, what do you need, citizen? And, she gives a small, like, raised eyebrow. I just need, I just wanted to report something. And she says, smiling, seemingly, like, unsure if she's also going to get berated. Sela's eyes kind of travel up, her mane up into and sees Dur. And, Sela assumes a much less, I guess, like, abrasive nature. Ah, you are with the small one, yes? And she looks up. Oh, and she shifts a little bit. If do you like to be called small? And she, like, whispers up.
Wait, it's not exactly wrong.
And she nods.
Incorrect.
Yes. And Sela kind of, gives a roll to her eyes. Well, then, I suppose you know, somewhat of what is going on? She gives a little wave of her hoof, looking left and right, making sure nobody's, like, listening in, per se. Well, I know for certain that men are jerks. And she crosses her hooves. Cross. Sela kind of raises her eyebrows. I suppose if that is your opinion. And she looks up to you, Dur, as if like, give me a sense motive. Like, she gives you a look of, have you told her yet? Like,
Dur shrugs and go, well, she's upset the person who tried to kidnap her stood her up originally, then tried to drug her.
and she blinks. That was quite the amount of things that were going on in that sentence. Why do we not start out with the kidnapping? Yes?
Well, I'm still not sure it is actually the proper person, Dur says, tilting his head. But the alchemist in the bar who's currently sleeping off his own,
The alchemist! I knew it! It has to be him. And she already stands up and starts thump, 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 thump. She's going that way. Oh, miss, don't, oh dear. And
let's follow.
Sela starts marching over there, and the rest of Sela's party also starts, the rest of the Rumble Foxes, that is, start following that way. The bard looks like left and right and just says, you know, if Kess was here, I feel like he'd probably be right up there with her, ready to beat the living daylights out of whoever has done, whoever the poor sap is in that bar that's asleep right now. And he shakes his head.
Meanwhile, we got we're apparently coming in quiet through the Discord, or not through the Discord, through YouTube.
Oh, my bad. I will turn my volume up just a little bit. Boom, there we go. If it won't stop doing, it keeps lowering the volume on me. Why does it keep lowering the volume? Stop it. There we go. Yeah, okay, you guys are fine now. She stomps through the door, and like opens it up. The immediate the immediate little hustle and bustle inside the way obviously dies down a little bit as she looks in, kind of squints around. Which one of you is asleep? And everybody points toward the guy in the corner, who is just snoring away. Snooze, snooze, snooze. And she stomp, 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 stomp. And it's actually the bartend who gets in between him and Sela, who puts up a hoof and just says, and hold it right there. You do not just walk into my tavern and do this. And demand to see who just start demanding things from my customers. And she shakes her head, and Sela, who stops dead, looks kind of squints her eyes, and takes a deep breath. Please step aside. And she looks back. All right, that is fair enough. And she steps aside, and Sela goes over to the person who is asleep on the thing, kind of picks him up by the scruff of the small, I guess, leather that he is kind of wearing, and shakes him a little bit. Wake up, you! Shake, 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 shake. Slap. Wake
he's
up!
drugged.
She slaps him again. Slap! I said wake up, you! I do not care how drugged you are! Slap! No! And this is starting to make a couple people in the tavern start to snicker. Dur, you could kind of see some silver pieces being passed around. And Ivory Drop is just kind of like, excuse me, what? And she's still holding the thing, kind of looks over. But, miss, I think he's very drugged.
Yes.
And? What? You're
You
slapping
actually want the explanation?
yeah.
just Flutter's tilting his head. Do you want some explanation? What happened?
Fine. And she just drops him there on the floor. Click, click, click.
Drifter just is chuckling and goes, well, I was watching Ivory Drop make sure nothing would happen, and she sat down here, they talked, and he slipped something in to drink, and I warned her and got them to switch their drinks via some trickery, and he drugged himself with his own drugs.
She blinks. That is Quite hilarious, actually. And she kind of thinks a little bit. But
Well, him doing it, yes. Well, not him. Yes, him drugging himself, yes. Not the actual situation, no.
what do they call that? And Ivory Drop kind of tunes in. They call that one irony. And she nods. Yes, that is the word for it. And she, like, just kind of goes back down to the ground, picks up the Persian, throws him over her back. Well, I think I will take this scum out of your bar. I don't think you will be missing this patron. Yes, I hope that he is paid for his drinks at the very least. Actually, and the Ivory Drop kind of tunes in. You know, he's a jerk. I think he was trying to make me pay for his drinks. And Sila, like, blinks over. Okay, that does not answer the question. He is not paid, you have not paid, so it does not seem like anybody has paid. And she rummages in her pack a little bit. Here, for whatever it is worth, and she sets down like 2 silver and starts taking him out of the bar. And Ivory Drop just kind of blinks. She's scary.
Effective, though.
Yes, and as she starts taking him out of the bar, those silver coins start passing around to different friends who seem to have been placing bets on certain things.
Mark was actually just watching.
March. Ivory Drop just kind of blinks and looks up. Do I follow her?
Drew shrugs and goes, "It may be interesting."
Okay. And she gets up, and Lem, the bar, just kind of says, "Oh, I've got to see this." And starts following his party member out the way. And Sila steps out of the door. Step. Looks left and right. Where is his shop? And she looks more north or southwestern and starts marching somewhat that way. And Lem, Cairo just kind of comes up and taps her on the shoulder. Tap. And she looks over. That! And she kind of brushes a little bit of ash from his little poke. And he just kind of points that way. Fine, that way it is. March. And Lem just has this big smile on his face. Oh, this is going to be good, isn't it? And she and you and Dur start traveling this way. Bonk, until you round the corner and see what seems to be the group of Penguin Hunting Forest, Ivory Drop, all them, standing in what front and seems... Penguin seems to be waving his Penguin seems to be waving his claws at the door, saying something along the lines of "Don't do it again" from a distance and things like that. As you guys round the corner of this building over here, it's kind of like a distant thing, passing somebody who seems to be walking in the opposite way, snickering about the hippogriff who was just getting really uppity about some things, and this would be the point where you guys meet up with the rest of the party here. All you guys seeing what seems to be a very, very angry paladin who you may have met before, carrying what seems to be a very, very unconscious alchemist over her shoulder. March.
Shit.
Ha! It was him. Justified.
Oh my god.
And she marches up to the door, sees the lot of you there, and blinks. What are you hiding in there?
Well, it's not what we're hiding, it's what he was hiding, and I'll bring out the box.
Oh my god.
Big face palms as well, and she kind of blinks. What do you mean? Did you get the keys into the place?
Yes.
Give me a bluff check.
God. It's still probably a disaster in there.
You give a bluff. Don't disdain yet, because I have her sheet right here, and she has a sense motive just for you. Alright, let's see. What is her sense motive? There's a chance. And she squints. And then she turns over the alchemist, takes off his bag, and looks in his bag. And she takes out the little set of keys. I think you are lying to me.
Yes, I am.
And she just drops the alchemist right there. And then it goes over to you, Hunting Forest, and jabs you in the chest with a hoof. Jab. Do you think I am playing games right now? There are disappearances. There has been a Triceratops attack. This person, and she kind of gives him a little bit of a kick, has drugged somebody. I am not in the mood for your jokes. Or, and she kind of thinks and looks toward Ivory Drops, your irony. And she points towards you. Point.
It looks more like he's been drugged.
Speaking of drugs, you might want to check these out.
And he's like laughing and put his claws like up. He definitely has a good bruise across his face.
And I'm gonna try to push the box towards the paladin.
What is this?
It's a box of body fluids.
Blink, blink. And that is... Oh, that is... And she looks, she seems to be trying to put two and two together, and Lem just kind of steps in. Body fluid, you say?
Yeah, different types of body fluids.
Oh, okay. Do you know what was their application? Did you investigate further? Do not encourage them! No, our friends here have helped us out. See, and I know you are against the breaking and entering of places, but you did just break in. Well, you didn't really break in, but you definitely violently entered the last tavern we were in, did you? Well, it was necessary. Well, this is just as necessary, isn't it?
See, I like this guy.
The bard seems to be just kind of like, generally, trying to convince the paladin that what you did was entirely necessary, which he seems to be doing somewhat of a decent job at, as she just kind of rolls her eyes. Fine, I will gloss over the fact that you have blatantly broken the law. You and she gestures a hoof toward Night Vale. That, and carry on with this evidence that you have pushed our way. And
To be fair, Night Vale did not break into anything.
I just told them to.
and
Oh my god.
Tingling starts kind of like just backing away, very
Yeah.
slowly, back away, and Zakira is just kind of like, she actually waves her hooves a little bit, and what seems to be a small tub of popcorn appears in her hooves, and you are welcome to spellcraft that if you'd like. But she does, and she just seems to be munching on it a little bit. Munch, 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 munch.
We've also found the drugs that were used on the animals. And I believe, at our character, we found the flowers? Or petals of the flowers?
A couple petals, which is unremarkable, but yes, we found a couple petals.
Huh. And she starts thinking, my, you seem to be more ahead of the curve than we were. Dur,
Chirp.
what are you doing atop Ivory Drop's head as she's just kind of watching this? I'm curious.
Wondering what the hell those probably been up to.
Mm.
Working title. Can you explain me what I did? And he's gonna screech, screech, screech. Really? Again, the only suspicious person near the lady was there.
Yes, but don't tell anyone.
Not going to.
Good.
What?
You're just as evil as I am.
Are you talking about and she looks the small one, and she points toward Ivory Drop's hair. And yes, there is Dur, for those who haven't seen him yet. He could not have done any of this, could you? And she looks over, and she squints. Squint.
I won't give away my abilities and secrets.
And then she looks down to Ivory Drop. Is he being... Yes, he's being ironic. Well, sarcastic. And she looks up. I do not appreciate your humor. Oh, lay off him. He's just being funny. They're trying to help us. Fine. And she, like, does the I guess sort of hooves.
To appreciate someone's humor, you would have to understand what humor is.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Just gonna back away from Gyro there.
Alright, hold up. Alright, hold up. Where's the save? There it is. She takes a deep breath. God's griffins are so rude.
I know, right?
She's also racist. I like her now.
Oh my god.
And she shakes her head. And the cleric is actually the one who comes up to her and kind of pat. You know what to say. Just whisper it to yourself. I will not let the small things anchor me. I will not let the small things anchor me. There you go. Pat. And Lem is just kind of now assumed the position over next to Hunting Forest. It kind of sits there.
Anyway, we were going to go find a scrying spell to see if we could locate the people that quote-unquote donated these fluids.
Well, if you asked me, and he kind of muses a little bit, you could either just ask him when he wakes up. If we need anybody to interrogate, I'm sure we could find Kess around somewhere.
Good at interrogating people.
The what?
I'm very good with interrogating people. I know when they are lying and when they just want me to stop.
Oh, you haven't met the tag team of Cairo and Kess, now have you? And he kind of like wiggles his eyebrow. You haven't even met Kess, I don't think so yet. And he kind of looks around like left and right until he finds one of the posters that you guys had seen coming in here for the Rumble Foxes. And on that poster, yes, is of course the people with you are Cairo, Yoon, Lem, and Sela. The fifth, which they had said that they were going to sit out for the fight as an alt, doesn't seem to be on the with the group at this very moment because they were sitting out as an alt originally. Well, you see, they are. He points toward Cairo, and that one who's just kind of like the one with the ashen paw prints and the fire, and the one that really dealt the damage during the fight there. Those two are the scariest motherfuckers that you've ever seen, to put it bluntly. And Cairo just kind of rolls his eyes, roll, but doesn't say anything. What, and I am not? Oh no, you're perfectly scary on your own. You're more of a solo act. And he kind of smiles. And she squints. I will take that as a compliment. Pingwing looking left and right here. Well, if we're finding somebody who wants to figure out what's in these vials right here, and he thinks, rather than, you know, torturing people, I can't really cast anything like scrying or something. And he kind of like looks over to Zakira. Do you have anything in your book for that kind of thing? And she opens her book. Let me see. Search. I don't think so. And she kind of closes it. Do you know anybody, miss, who might be able to? What, do I know anybody who can cast magic? Yes. Everybody at the temple. And she points toward the temple.
Alright.
But do they know how to scry?
She blinks. I know not what magics that they can do.
I was going to say, I think the plan is now to Zone of Truth.
And to that, Sela smiles. Oh?
What if he makes his will save?
If he...
I can't be there looking at his face and with telling motives.
Sela just kind of smiles. If you need a zone of truth, I guarantee you he won't be getting past the mine. And Lem just kind of raises his eyebrows and just says, My, absolutely confident, are you? Oh, yes. And she gives a small thud to the side of his body. It's still... I feel like we probably should wait for him to be less of a... how he is.
Alright, let's head to the temple then. Hunting says as he just unfurls his wings and starts flying.
To the temple with all of you?
Yay.
Off to the temple. Dun-ba-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. With everybody, we'll move the party icon here too, because why not? You guys start going back to the temple. Now, I don't really feel like we need to particularly put this to a map. I'll bring you guys here. I'll bring you to how you were. Alright, there's Dur underneath Powell.
I don't feel like we need to put you on the map, but I'm gonna put you on the map.
Yeah. Shut up. Stop it, you. Alright. Let's see.
Needs coffee.
I'm just gonna... There we go. And put the Rumble Foxes on this map with you. Who else is on it?
Oh, I am very zoomed in on this map.
We got Pingwing. Got Zakira. We got...
I also like how I have different hunting forests.
Oh, let me make the prototype here just so you guys can hover over and see who's who. Friendly update token. Alright, here is Yoon.
How do I zoom out again?
Let me put these tokens on here really quick. Lem is with you, correct? Yes, he is with you. I don't know why he's marked as well, he was marked as hostile for the fight. I can mark him as friendly now. Look at that. Sela, who is... There we go. And Cairo. I'm just linking their data to the token so everything stays together. And making it so people can see who they are. Alright. Display name. Hover. Display name. Hover. Just so you guys can know who's who. Display name. Hover.
Still can't see.
I know. Hang on.
Okay. Scroll wheel.
I'm scrolling, and it's not doing anything.
Well, are you holding a modifier or something? Click all your modifier buttons in case they got stuck. Because scroll wheel does it.
There you go. I think everybody's on the map now. Everybody
I
good?
said you can only scroll out so far, so.
Yeah, I am, like, super zoomed in.
Super zoomed in. Did you make sure you're not control plusing your browser window?
Yes, I am sure.
Like, this is as zoomed out as I get on this particular map.
Seems about right.
Mm-hmm.
What are you seeing?
Alright, this is what I'm seeing.
Oh no. Too many NPCs.
That's how I started.
Yeah, I'm scrolling, and
I'm not sure what to tell you to that end.
I'm just gonna refresh, see if that helps.
Oh my god, why'd you close the door, you jackass?
Because I have to make it realistic.
No, Night Veil.
Close it on his face.
Stop moving or
What?
bastard.
I want to see the map.
I know you want to see the map, but I haven't.
It's such a beautiful work, Mimi. I want to appreciate it. Let me move.
Let me put those things in here before you start moving. Alright, let's see. There we go. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. Alright.
Our other actors don't have icons.
Let's do this. Well,
Poor Yoon.
what?
Yeah. A couple of them smaller.
They're good. Oh, they are smaller, aren't they? It's weird.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're aligning directly to the right along to the grid, but whatever. You guys come up to the temple, and of course the doors are closed. And it's actually Yoon who just kind of walks in. I'm not sure how familiar you are with place here, but just be respectful of the folks. And she kind of tucks away the holy symbol, which doesn't match the ones of this temple. And kind of like opens the door a little bit. Open.
Is it respectful to bring someone with an evil aura here?
He's already been here.
I do not know. You tell me, says Sela grumpily. And I was being ironic, as they say. Sarcastic. Sarcastic, says Ivory Drop in response to I need a
Wow. I didn't know you knew what sarcasm was.
And she kind of squints her eyes. And Ivory Drop just kind of nods. Yes, yes, he's being sarcastic right back. She...
What? Oh, that is easy.
Yeah, I forgot to put her on the map. There we go.
Okay, page 7, page 10 over here.
I didn't think she knew what sarcasm was, guys.
The Yoon is just kind of pulling in Sela by the hoof. Ignore him. Ignore him.
Just smack him across the head if he's not ready.
And this party is now kind of walking in together.
Charging battery.
2 of them are smaller than the other. Interesting.
Huh? Oh, it's probably just the tokens came in. Oh, hang on, actually.
Yeah, token scale's probably set differently. Doesn't really matter.
I don't know why.
Cairo's just a smaller pwn.
Medium. There we go. Everybody should be set to medium now. Believe. Okay, there we go. Zakira is also moving in. Let me move in all the NPCs along with y'all. Why are you dancing?
I'm dancing.
You look like you're dancing. It's kind of funny.
He's dancing. He's dancing.
He's dancing. No. Alright. Dur, where are you going?
Following in?
Based. Yoon opens the door, and you guys are met with a couple clerical faces who look on over. Oh, well, what do I owe the pleasure of the Rumble Foxes? And she looks over your head, and company today. And,
The victors.
and the bar just kind of chimes in. Yes, yes, whatever. That aside, we have something else. We have something unrelated to come to the church with you today. And Lem just kind of gestures to Sela, who nods and follows along with the very unconscious-looking thing on her back. And the clerics just kind of like step aside a little bit, step, to allow everybody kind of to come in effectively. And Sela just kind of haphazardly throws him onto the floor in front of him, and all the clerics kind of wince a little bit, and Lem kind of gives her a look. Is that really necessary? He is not a good person in my eyes, so therefore I do not care much for his well-being, as he certainly does not seem to care for the well-being of others.
I like her. Can we keep her?
And she squints. I am not one to be kept. Keep your distance, dragon. And
I didn't realize assaulting others was following the law.
And she just kind of I'm moving you there just because they're clearing a space right here for the body there, so the clerics can see. And she rolls her eyes. I am going to choose to ignore you from now on, Griffin. Do you understand me? There you go. You tell him, Sela. And he seems to just be generally urging on the bad behavior. And Yoon is just kind of tap, tap, tap. Don't let them get to you. You're right. I am stronger than this. And she summons up all of her courage and looks back toward the clerics. Anyways, back to what we are talking about without annoying No, don't go on. Yes, back to what we were talking about. She doesn't seem to be doing very well at not rising to your taunting.
Gonna whisper to the one of the rumble foxes. Seriously, can we trade? I'll give you the griffin.
I'm snickering.
The clerics, who seem to be have a little bit more wherewithal within them to look at the body that's going on here, kind of step forward. What, did you beat him up or something? Is this somebody that you have... What? And Ivory Drop is actually the one who chimes in. Well, you see, we had a date. And Sita just kind of sits. Ugh, here we go again with the dates. And he was supposed to meet me at the match, which... And he looks all... You guys did wonderfully, by the way. And he left me there. And there's this... there's this other little stallion who just, like, carried me out. And I thought he was the one, and he was going to be, like, super apologetic. No, he didn't even give me the rose. It was somebody... It was him. And she points toward this one. And then they brought me to a bar, and I thought that he was going... He was kind of nice, and she kind of thinks a little bit. And he at least apologized, and then he apparently tried to drug my drink according to... And he looks for Dur, wherever Dur is. Dur, where are you? Dur?
Behind her.
Yeah, she looks left, right, and then she looks behind him and points toward the little Dur, who is now just fluttering in. And the bar lady was really nice, and she just said she put a dollop of something in his, and I'm not sure if, and she kind of thinks a little bit, a dollop is a really accurate measurement, or probably what was supposed to go in that drink, but here he is, and then Sela kind of cuts in, and then I came into the bar, I picked him up, and he is where he is now. And the cleric looks up. That's quite the story. But why is he... Why? Oh, I did that too. And you left that out of the story. Yes. Why would I need to include that? I thought it would have been a given. He is bad, and I have dealt with the problem. Are you mad at me for that?
See? This is what I like. People who actually do shit.
And, the cleric just kind of, like, does that thing where she puts her paws to, like, the bridge of her nose, just kind of goes, oh my god. And Ivory Drop just kind of, like, chimes in again. For the record, I did not advocate for the destruction of his face.
Oh, and we also found some evidence that might need some scrying.
Oh, so okay. And they kind of like come to the realization of why you guys are here. So I take it you want to scry... Wait. And he looks down. I mean, you've already found him. What do you mean you need to scry for him or something?
It's not him we're scrying for. It's the people who might these belong to. And he's going to open up the box.
You open up the box. Fluids. There they are. And the cleric looks over. So, you're looking for... So... And he looks towards Sela. Are these part of the whole missing persons? Yes, it is exactly that. He has stolen people and they done things with their fluids. And she, like, puffs out her chest looking, like, somewhat confident that she knows what she's talking about. The cleric looks over. Fair enough. Bring it over here. Bring it over here. I don't think there's any need to charge for the specific clerical services over here, especially if you are... with Sela here, and she points. Very prominent member of our church. Gives a lot to the teachings of Soft Whisper.
I'll give the box over.
And you give the box over as it seems Yoon is just kind of like shuffling a little bit more toward the back. And the cleric kind of sets it down a little bit. Alright, well, give me some time, and they gesture to you, Hunting Forest. Please, step out of the worship area there, if you would.
Alright, yeah. Oh, the room's closed on my face.
And, they step in. Give us just a moment.
Alright.
and the door closes. And for all you know, things are happening in there. It takes about 10 minutes before they come back out. And she smiles a little bit. Well, sorry, wrong accent. Well, we called upon the Soft Whisper for her guidance in such matters, and it seems that your the scrying, as it seems, led us right back here. And he points toward to the body that's one of the clerics is kind of just like gently tapping, trying to like wake him up from his stupor still, and whispering.
I told you.
Why the hell would he have a thing of his own fluids?
Probably as ingredients for some potion or another. We need our weird magical energies, you know.
Alright, fine. I suppose you're right. He's gonna take the piss vial and just pour it on Gyro's head.
I'm gonna
Well, you have to
jump out of the way of that.
You are going to have to take the box from the cleric first before you are able to do any of that, mind you.
Alright.
yeah. She still has the box. The one that is currently tending to the thing seems to be muttering a couple spells, which you are more than welcome to roll for various spellcrafts for. But he seems to be coming to slowly. As if he's probably removing an exorbitant amount of toxins from his body. They are casting remove poison.
Oh, that spell. I should have had to use it.
And he seems to be slowly kind of coming to as she pulls away the box from your grabby claws. What's happening?
We are here to beat you up.
And he looks left, right, and Sela is just like now standing directly over him, blinking. Blink, blink, blink. I still do not like him. And she looks toward everybody else. Very suspicious, very suspicious.
I mean, he did try and drug someone, so...
Yeah, what's up with that? Says Ivory Drop, like looking toward. Huh? Oh, you are the. He looks. Sorry, wrong voice. He looks up toward Ivory Drop. Oh, you are the. You're the cute mare from the tavern. Yes, and he kind of like stands. And Sela pushes him back down. No. You are to stay right there, so I may apprehend you for whatever you say next. And she. And he's kind of on the ground. Lem, who just kind of just like looks at her. Now, innocent till proven guilty. Why were you drugging this poor lass at the tavern? He looks up. Drugging? I was not doing no such thing. I beg to differ. My friend told me to. Who's your friend? She looks around for Dare. Look. Little bird.
Does she find him?
I'm trying to find you.
It.
Are you hiding? Oh, there you are. Yeah, she points. And he squints. Is that a... What is that? It's my friend! And she points to him again. Point! And, he blinks. Well, what? I didn't drug her. There, he's saying this to you.
He's gonna shrug and go, what do you put in her drink then, without her noticing?
And he, like, squints a little bit and starts pulling around his pack, pull, and starts looking into it. Well, if I had an example here, I'd show you. And he starts rummaging, rummage. Darn it, where did it go? And Sela just starts snickering. But he cannot provide evidence for what he is doing? What? You are conveniently out, I see. Guilty! And she starts pointing at him. Point.
Out with his head!
This is sounding very familiar.
And he kind of just like looks left and right. Well, I can't find them, but sorry, miss. You'll hate me for this. They were breath mints.
That's not how that works. At all.
Well, she looks like a mixture of offended and annoyed. And she just gets rather somewhat red. Now before you get your very don't give me that look. I was just, testing. And he kind of like gives a little bit of a shifty sort of. And the paladin just kind of pushes on him onto the ground a little bit more. Ow! Ow! Watch it! I will not watch anything.
Mimley,
What's up?
you want to smell her mouth?
How are you doing that, Paolo?
I walk up to her and sniffing.
You start.
Oh my god.
You start pulling in Orion and sniffing around her. And
What is with that Flemington doing this?
you start doing your sniffing, snoffing, various things, and Ivory Drop is just like slowly kind of pulling away. Hey! And I mean, you can feel free to give me a perception check. I mean, as far as you can tell, she smells like a mare. A nice one. She...
Does she have a bad breath that needs mint?
She does not, partially because she also didn't drink the drink.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, does her breath smell bad? That's
Oh. No, in fact, it does not. When she tells you to stop.
I'm gonna point at him. It's a lie! She smells wonderful!
Oh my god.
I also want to say some more to him.
Go for
Hashtag
it.
not creepy.
He genuinely seems like he is being honest, as far as you can tell, Night Vale. His motive right now seems to be rather worried that he doesn't seem to have an example in his bag that he wanted to apparently show everybody.
Could someone have mixed up your things?
No, I had a couple here. I was actually going to. Well, and he kind of blushes a little bit. Well, how? Can you let off your hoofs? And Sheila shakes her head. No, but you may continue. And he does so. Fine, well, if you want the honest truth, I was just trying to do a little bit of a publicity stunt, you know? And he kind of just like gave like a little bit of a shrug. Give that to one person and then start displaying it to some other people. Make a show of it. And just... suppose I should have asked permission for that. You should have! And Ivory Drop just kind of squints over. And Sela just kind of tightens up her grip onto him on the floor a little bit. Ow! Ow! Watch it! I will watch nothing!
I will quietly examine said tablets.
Well, he doesn't seem to have any tablets, unless...
No.
Oh,
Read the text.
yeah. Oh, nice.
I am pretty sure I know what these are.
Yes.
With a 42.
You start examining the tablets, just kind of quietly looking at them, turning them over. There's a couple in there, and his story seems to hold a little true. These ones seem to be wholly harmless. They don't have anything in them that would necessarily put somebody to sleep. In fact, it has some... it does have trace sense of things like mint in them and such. The little bit of an alchemical flair that probably makes it a little bit more long-lasting. Probably an experiment of sorts.
I see. Well, I am going to then walk over and look down at this guy and say, so if you're telling the truth, you won't mind consuming this clawful of your tablets, huh? A little birdie gave them to me.
And Sela to this actually like lets up. Yes, go and try your own poison. Let's see you do it. Fine, I will. And he looks over and he offers out a paw for him to try one.
All right, I give him whatever tablets Dur gave me. Don't know how much they were, how many there were.
Mm-hmm. And he takes it and he looks at everybody, and he pops it in his mouth, into his mouth, and he starts like lightly chewing it. And he does make kind of a face while he does it, though, kind of like a little bit of he talks a little bit. You know, these are better when they're dissolved in something, and eventually finishes. See, nothing. And then.
And they looked fine as far as I could tell too. I had a look at them.
Sela looks like she's about to pop a vein.
So this has been a colossal waste of time.
But and she looks toward Ivory Drop. And Ivory Drop just kind of blinks. What? What am I to do with him now? And Ivory Drop just shakes her head. Well, Ivory Drop thinks, I don't know, community service, whatever you guards do. She squints over. I would consider it. And
So we still have a kidnapper on loose.
And Lem is just kind of thinks a little bit. Yes, this does seem to be quite the what do they call it in novels? A red herring. Yes, that's the one.
How dare you make that joke?
I beat you to it.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna look to Zakira. Doesn't this kind of sound familiar?
What do you mean?
Someone being framed for a crime.
She blinks.
Me?
Oh. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of rings from what I forget what the town was called now.
This is Lurbust. You guys are in Lurbust.
Yeah, but what was the werewolf town?
Oh, Trappersville. You guys were in Trappersville.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of thoughts of Trappersville from this.
Aha, so you do agree Damien is the guilty party here? I agree.
Well, it fits his MO of setting people up for his crimes.
Oh, I take it back. It was West Tray, not Trappersville. Trappersville was the one with the train.
Okay.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find this, Daryl?
How did what?
I'm gonna ask Daryl, how did you find this?
Find what?
The thing for bad breath.
Blame the small catbird.
So you are saying that the most suspicious person was trying to blame this guy. I knew it was Dur all along, and now he's trying to blame him.
Sela looks directly at Dur, and Lem actually.
No, do they look directly at Dur?
Oh.
Right after.
Yeah. Okay. They look directly where they last saw Dur, and Lem actually raises a hoof to this. Now, do not give her any more ammo, because I doubt that bird can take the pushing down that she just delivered to that poor soul. And Sela looks over. What? I'm just saying, these guys are trying to give you somebody to blame here. And you get.
To be fair, the one with the evil aura is a troll, so.
Not a troll. Look, the evidence all points to Dur.
And she looks over. What is this trolling? What, sarcasm? There is irony, and now this trolling? She shakes her head.
I'm gonna shake my head too.
You pony so strange.
Hey, let's try on his evil aura.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
What?
You use the evil aura to scry on Damien.
Technically, he is a phylactery. We
Yeah.
probably can.
Let's do it.
Would you like to try?
I walk in inside.
Oh my god, that's a great idea.
And
And it came from you.
these guys kind of follow in. Well, out of this, we have to know as well a little bit more of a likeness to him. Do you have anything that would represent him? Anything?
Oh,
close
you have the
to-
ring.
Or if
It's
they want
okay.
a likeness, Sakura can help.
I think she knows him truly.
Mm-hmm. Then she kind of like looks over. I mean, I don't have any like hairs or anything like that, or anything he owned.
Don't we have the ring
Mic
that brought Nighttime back?
Mic
Who's
on.
Nightshine?
Nightshine.
You do have that ring.
Who kept it?
I think you did.
No, I
Probably it
didn't.
may still be on you.
No.
Mic
I'm gonna
off.
look at my hoof. It's still there.
I don't remember you
Mic
ever
on.
saying you took it off, so.
I remember it saying that it was destroyed when it activated.
It broke, yeah, but I mean, the pieces are still there. I'm not sure if you guys threw those away or not. I figured you didn't.
Yeah, did you ever take it off your hand, your fingers?
It broke.
Yes, as in the power is gone. That doesn't mean the object is physically no longer a ring.
The object is physically no longer a ring. It cracked. It
Oh,
broke.
okay.
Oh, we probably left it there because
Mic off.
We'll have one thing, and he's gonna pull out his gun. Does this work?
Mic on.
Oh shit, we do still have that.
Nice, nice. You pull out the gun and hand it this way. A couple of the clerics gasp, and Sela looks to the other cleric and just says, "Oh, get over yourself. It is a piece of evidence." Now, just kind of like shoot her a look back, but they don't say anything. And they take the gun and they don't hold it right. Like they're like not sure how much of how a gun really works.
they hold it sideways.
I was gonna say they hold it left.
And Pingwing is just like looking over somewhat nervously. Make sure you have that end pointed not at anybody. They call that, and he puffs out his chest a little bit, flagging, and everybody just kind of turns to Pingwing, who wilts a little bit. I read a book once, and they hold up. They hold up the gun. Well, if this belonged to himself.
I don't know, but I also have other stuff, and he's gonna pull out what's a lock? Fate locker? Yeah, it was a fate locker, which he never took off his bag of holding,
Mm-hmm.
which still has some shards of that moon glass, which I broke.
You got that what?
A foot lock, which had a scroll and some make werewolf
Mic
become
off.
werewolf magic.
They had the
Mic on.
ball of a moon.
Oh, that one. Yeah. You handle these things to provide a likeness to the person you're trying to scry on. But this will do nicely. And they head in. Now, wish us the best of luck. Alright, hang on, wrong accent. Wish us the best of luck. And, she kind of closes the door. Softness will be with us. And as she does, I need to pull up a spell here. 'Cause I do have to roll the things again. And you guys have a couple object here. You have possession or garment, and a first-hand likeness. Well, they are. Okay, so they have the second hand because they heard it from you, and they have a possession or garment for their will save. Fantastic.
They could have a first-hand likeness.
No, that implies that the spellcaster has met the subject personally.
Hmm.
Yep, which they haven't. But they do have a second hand thing, which gives them a +5 regardless, and a connection, which is a possession or garment with a -4 will save modifiers to the subject. So I'll roll things here. Nice. And a few minutes go by. They kind of close their eyes, and as they do, they start talking. Paolo, I need you to give me a will save as well.
In what way?
I just need a will save. That's what way. Like
No,
Will
Is
save
it-
sort of way.
it would be like, oh, I want to fail this will save, or I want to succeed at this will save.
well, as
I mean, you can decide.
yeah, this is a what are you doing kind of thing.
Where is it's coming from?
Well, I mean, this person started whispering spells, and you started to feel the need that something was tugging at your mind. I'm wondering what you're doing.
I guess I'm gonna let him or her.
Mic off.
Hmm?
Mic on. Mic off.
I don't
Mic
know,
on.
dear. I don't know.
You're giving in to whatever this is.
Why?
Now, as she starts crying, you kind of let yourself slip into whatever is trying to peek into the things that you are experiencing there, not Paolo. And she starts describing some things. It's bright out. He seems to be, well, whoever this is walking along the desert. I'm not familiar with the place. Well, they seem to be headed that way. She's pretty much describing the travel that they're going to. How the person that they are scrying on is looking left, looking right. They seem somewhat wary. Until they kind of head off toward the direction, pulling out a map and looking in what seems to be tracing along with the finger what seems to be the direction toward Wati. And the moment she starts to describe that he's talking to himself lightly, the words start flowing out of Nightvale's mouth in his voice, or Nightvale's voice. It's gonna take forever to get there. Just gonna. And, there's a brief pause. I have enough water at least. Those meddlesome children are probably busy back at the town. Yes, this will do nicely. And that's really the only dialogue that comes out, other than more descriptions from his travel on forward before the scrying ends. And the cleric kind of opens her eyes. Well, that was informative. And he takes a deep breath. Is there any particular details from that scrying that you guys were looking for specifically? She might have been pointing out, and I'll let you know yes or no if this is something that she gave you. The scrying lasted about 10 minutes.
Going everything to Wati, the thing I was kind of curious about is the bodies, like if there were any other kidnappings that he did to distract us, I guess.
I don't think this was him.
Oh no, she did
Well,
describe
I think
the
that
person that you guys
probably
know to be Damien. I will confirm that.
No.
At least in terms of like how he looks. She didn't describe a wolf. She described what seemed to be a pony, and that was the one that fit the description of Damien. That along with the fact that there was a couple little muttered musings about having enough rations, keeping those meddlesome ponies back at the town busy, and generally things going well for him. That all seemed to be coming out of Nightvale's mouth as he spoke them and as she described them. The generality of like the setting that she was describing was he seemed to be on his way to Wati.
So from my understanding is Damien set all this up to distract us.
He's
Mic
like
off.
an evil villain from our old cartoon.
Mic
Except
on.
even more evil.
Yeah.
Now, she didn't describe anything about any bodies on him or anything like that. Simply that he was traveling with what seemed to be a rather bluish cape. He had a couple of jugs of water on his side, and generally seemed to be somewhat wary, looking behind him, occasionally casting some kind of spell. And that seemed to get rid of some of the tracks behind him and such. And she blinks. Is this some gentleman that we should be aware of? And she points. Well, of course, we need to be aware of them. I am part of the law enforcement here in this town. Who do you think you are talking to? Right. And she looks toward Night Vale and all of you guys. Would you care to lay down any details to this?
Well, he blew up a train.
Kidnap kids.
Oh yeah, and kidnapped kids.
Tried to frame his father for being a horrible werewolf monster and inherit his forge, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Refuse to go on a date with me.
That is a wholly reasonable thing.
And
There you go.
Sela looks up. And you were saying that part of that person, that despicable person is, and she points toward Night Vale, inside him.
That's what you said.
And she squints. I have half a mind to arrest the half of him right here, and then go after the other half, so that way we may have a full person in custody by the end of the week.
Probably reasonable.
Honestly, it's probably not the worst idea, but if you can actually catch the half. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has plot armor.
Pingwing looks over. Hey, I mean, yeah, he's annoying, but well, actually no, that wouldn't be too much of a bad idea, I guess. And
If you
So
can...
our agreement, arrest Nightshine. Night Vale.
No, only if we can catch the other half. Or
Yeah.
full.
I agree. If you can fight the worst part, I can go to jail for a week or two. I need some sleep.
well, that leaves this next problem. And Lem just kind of considers a little bit. Where are all those disappeared folks disappearing to? If
Was
not-
that only one?
No, there was a couple.
Maybe they didn't disappear. Maybe they're just sleeping.
What, am I just gonna... We're not gonna tell the families of those disappeared folks that that's what the conclusion is. They're snoozing somewhere, or some evil person has just set them up as a distraction. What, do you think I'm just going to convince somebody of that?
Do we have any of those flowers or
Oh yeah, we should try out the flower next.
I think that's how that works.
Should we be... Well, actually, if what's her name still has her flower, that is a connection to the person.
The cleric
But
looks
nobody
over.
of us has seen them, so that's kind of a problem.
The cleric looks over. I just wish to impress upon you, Soft Whisper does not empower me with the ability to do this that many times. I will allow one more trip into the realm of spying on people in her name for the day before I have to retire my abilities until tomorrow.
we need to get this right? Do we have anything
off.
other than the flowers that we can go on, like anything from the victims?
We have one of... we have 2 flowers, but I think that's all we have.
I think we only have one flower.
We have
No.
two.
We have
Yeah, we do have two.
Iris flower, and we have little Miss
Mic on.
Pris over there's flower.
Excuse me. And she squints and pulls out her flower. I don't want to be called that, but here's the flower.
Alright, we have 2 flowers. What about any of the personal belongings of any of the ponies that were kidnapped? Can we get some of those?
Uh,
We can look to the captain.
And
You're the paladin.
Sela looks over. Well, we do not particularly go to house and, take personal possessions from the missing from the families. I feel like that would be quite as a opposite practice of what needs to be done.
Well, it's to find their bodies. I think that's a good enough cause.
Them, not their bodies. God.
Fine.
Don't lie.
And she starts marching off. March. Oh, there she goes. You've convinced her out. And she's just marching.
Now, the only question is that for the good or for ill of us?
I'm wondering one thing.
I suppose that remains to be
afraid.
seen.
Yeah, because someone did drug Blue Girl with the bad breath. Yeah, that one. But when?
Hmm?
Don't look at me.
In the party.
Gyro, you said you followed someone and they vanished.
Yes, in our hotel is where, or our inn, that's where they disappeared to, but I was not able to discover any further.
That person you were following was the alchemist that sits before you.
Oh, it is the alchemist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait.
We should probably question that then.
He was the one I was following, so I think we have reasonably concluded that he is not part of this whole
Mic off.
deal.
Mic on.
Unless he's been, like, mind controlled into things.
I have not, and he says as he points, and quite frankly, I don't like being followed. And,
Oh,
he, like,
it was that simple.
and he squints. And then, kind of a little bit more shiftily. I can make invisibility potions, too.
I swear, is your name just Red Herring?
I'm glad you asked. Yes, it is.
God fucking damn it.
Kill him. Just kill him.
Nobody ever asked.
How dare you?
It was funny.
Oh.
I love you guys.
Is he red?
Can we shoot him?
Just as wingtip.
Oh my god. You guys are the worst.
Let's get the alchemist, they say. The alchemist. Never what is his name.
His name does not matter.
And he shifts a little bit anyway, and kind of stands a little bit. He stands, but he does it so cautiously, kind of like looking around to see if anybody else is gonna push him to the ground. And when nobody does, kind of dusts himself off. Well, now that I've been in the wrong place at the wrong time again, it feels. Am I free to go?
Please take your fluids back. Yes.
I would appreciate my fluids back, thank you. And he goes over to.
Wait, you're a weirdo for keeping those in a box?
They're ingredients.
Yeah, I told you they were ingredients.
Weird ingredients.
He squints.
Seriously, it looks like a fucking trophy.
Yeah, now, I have a question. If law enforcement is to be called into this, how in Estion did you get to this?
I can answer that. It was a dragon.
We lawfully entered.
And she squints, and then she looks back briefly to the place where Sela was, as if to point out this guy, realizes she isn't there, and well, she knew she wasn't there, but still looks there as if he expected her to be. Are any of you hearing this? And Lem just says, yes, but honestly, we don't really care. And then
That?
he squints a little bit and kind of gives a shrug. I mean, if you want to take it up with anybody, we do have the captain of the guard that's on the way to go collect that evidence. And he kind of gets a little scared shiver and just says, "No, I think I'm good," and starts kind of casually strolling out. And it's actually Ivory Drop who opens up her wings. No, 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 no. You're not leaving until I get an apology. For what? Hasn't this all been enough? No! And he tilts his head. I'm sorry, and I should have been more straightforward with you. No, no, I don't care about that anymore. You don't give a lady a breath mint on your first date! And she paps him with a wing. And Zakira, just from the side, says, "You go, girl."
Yeah. By the way, does anyone have any cure light or cure spells? I'm kind of hurt.
You deserve that.
I was hurt before that.
You still deserve that.
Mic off. Mic
Oh,
on.
my
Back a bit, or a moment. Here we go.
And the other guys seem to be having a little bit of a spattle before she lets him pass. A few more minutes go by after you are healed a little bit up by the other clerics who seem to be more than okay to help.
All the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went from 17 to 70.
Wait, hold on, not that much.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were already at full and you only took the damage with the...
No, I did not get healed from the entire fight, so...
Alright, then they heal you with, like, a couple, cure lights, which I'll roll for you right here. Roll 2d8. And with a couple of them. There you go. 16 points. And it takes a little bit before Sela seems to be coming back. Thump, 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 thump. And she seems to have a bag full of something. Thump, 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 thump. Ivory Drop very quickly decides that she's not in the best place to be at the moment. And walks in this way. Thump, 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 thump. Thump. Sela steps in. She looks left. She looks right. And she looks toward the clerics and you guys. Where is the suspect?
Oh,
And she
we ate him.
Ha ha. Very funny. And she looks toward now Gyro. Where? And then she looks toward Hunting Forest. Is. Then she looks toward Penguin. The. And then Zakira. Suspect.
The bird let him go.
It's Lem who just kind of puts up a small claw. No. Don't get knickers in a twist. Sela, you know he was just as innocent as everybody else here. I do not consider him innocent by any means. Whether or not he has kidnapped people does not matter to me. He still unlawfully put something in that poor mare's drink, did he not? Yes. Then I at least had to give him a fine, but you have let him get away.
Well, you can mail the fine to his place.
And she squints a little bit. Well, I suppose I could go the bureaucratic route, as they say. And kind of wiggles her paw a little bit. Now, on to bigger business, I suppose. And she doffs her bag and lays out a couple different things on the ground. One seems to be somewhat of a leather shirt. The other seems to be one of those similar necklaces with a small family crest on it that most people seem to be wearing. And a third thing seems to be what seems to be a small hair comb. So, I have gotten a couple things from some of the families that have experienced missing members. These two, and she points to the shirt, or the leather shirt and the comb, are from the first, and this one, and she points toward the necklace, is from the second.
Alright. Now, I don't really know how scrying works. We used all of these items, or...
And Sela looks up to the cleric. Well, as I've mentioned, I can do one more, at least for the day. I don't want to overstep my bounds with Soft Whisper. And Sela just kind of like gives a bit of a squint, but doesn't say much to that end, as she seems to be somewhat in these ingredients at that. So I can help out with whichever one today that you wish to look upon, the first or the second.
Probably the second, because we have the flower for that one also.
Alright. I'm gonna go to pick up the second object. Or the object from the second person, who was the person who had disappeared, presumably, right before you guys got here. To pick them up. Alright. And before I begin, what things do you want me to look for, to describe as I come across them?
Anything for, like, where they might be, if they're even alive, any people, maybe,
let me see here.
people who actually do magic should probably be better at this.
I don't know.
Well, they are asking you specifically, because you guys are the ones who want to figure something out about here. They can talk all day about the many pictures around the wall, but she's just trying to get a range of what you're wanting to hear about, so she can make the best of her 10 minutes.
Yeah, just thinking of, like, I don't know, some way that we can tell, like, where they are so we can save them if they're alive, or if they're not, like, so we can get their bodies.
Alright, and she nods, and then kind of goes in. Now, of course, you are aware of the casting time of scrying. Each time she does this, you do have to technically wait about an hour before you're allowed the 10 minutes of scrying time that she does.
In the meantime, I have an idea.
Yep.
There.
What?
I wanna use detect magic on you.
Sure.
You have to find him first. Dur was hiding last time I noticed.
I'm gonna keep repeating there until he shows up.
Oh,
There.
show up and consider murdering Night Vale.
There! And let me detect magic, and he's gonna detect magic on there.
I get magic detected. Oh no.
Does there have any enchantment on his head? Or something like that.
Detect magic tells you if there's magic. The answer is yes.
It can detect longer to notice goal.
Alright, give me a knowledge, knowledge arcana.
I don't think that's how the spell works.
That
Let
is
me
how it
click
works.
it.
I use it all the time, my guy. Knowledge arcana to figure out what the spell schools and strengths of the auras are. I think a third round technically gives you that ability, but you're not in combat right now, so by the third round you would have the ability to see which is the strongest aura, and a spellcraft or a knowledge arcana will get you what spell school it is.
Let's hope. I do not know.
This is true, but yes, there is magic, and the strongest aura is Dur. Do you have any magic aura or magic items on you?
Do I actually have any magic items on me?
I don't know.
I should actually. Wait, I do have a bag of holding, so yes, I do. And took a precision move backwards.
The bag of holding and Yubat cords would, yes, ring as magical. I believe those are equal auras as well. So, strength-wise, they're similar.
I do not know.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, why are you wanting to magic me?
I wonder if Damien is controlling any one of our heads.
You're the evil one. We know this already.
I'm not that evil.
Lice!
What?
And, even Cairo just kind of, like, gives him a little bit of, gives Sela a little bit of a poke. What? Like, stop being so hard on him. Why? I mean, he is trying to help us. Fine, I will be nicer. That's spirit, Sierra. Oh, shush it, you. Look, I think you should get to warm up to you, Night Vale. I am not! Maybe you guys can go out on a first date and bring him breath mints. And she actually gives Lem a fairly hard punch at the side of that. Ow! I do not appreciate your sarcasm. Pingwing is just kind of in that corner, looking very nervous. Are you guys doing anything within this hour other than waiting for the scryer?
Let's see. I guess just try to make plans on what to do next, because it's clear that this is just Damien wasting our time so we can get further.
We do have to figure out why the alchemist fell asleep.
We was drugged.
Didn't they exchange cups?
No, that was the story. Make it look like he was more guilty.
Did the lady put her own drug on him?
The bartender drugged him.
It was her drug?
Yes.
Oh, alright.
Why does the bartender have drugs?
Don't ask that question.
Who do we lose?
Let's see here. The door opens as almost seemingly on its own as the about around the hour mark. She seems to be ready to enact the spell. And
The bartender probably had drugs to deal with any unruly peoples. Also, I'm back.
Hi.
Welcome back.
The door opens, and her eyes seem to be slightly glowing, as if she is ready for the spell to actually begin with the 10 minutes. And starts speaking. I see somebody. It's a young female. She seems to be unconscious, and she starts describing the this young Persian having more of a redder sort of hue to herself, with a more of like a tan base coating. Like some of her hair is like a little bit more red than her normal coat. Her wingtips to match. Sela, the entire time, nods as she's describing. Yes, this fits the description of one that is one missing. Yes. And Lem kind of hushes her up as she continues. And she's traveling on the back of some... I don't recognize this one. Some sort of... pony?
Is she awake?
Unconscious.
No, unconscious. Well, I guess the scryer doesn't answer you directly. They don't seem to be in a space to be able to hear you. And per the rules of scrying, she literally can't hear you. Her eyes and ears are at the scene right now. She is goes on further to describe this pony, this one of more of a white coat and blue mane. Definitely not the same as Damien by any sense. They seem to be also just as warily looking left, looking right, but they don't seem to be casting anything as Damien was, covering up his tracks. They seem to be looking back and occasionally scribbling out like some of the hoof prints, walking in strange circles, seemingly trying to make their trail more obfuscated, and walking for what the cleric describes, it looks like somewhere north of the city. There's like a brief pause where she seems to just be observing this behavior, still just commenting occasionally that this is what they're doing, before She kind of blinks. Back a little bit. Well, I suppose that confirms that there's still something afoot.
They're at least alive. I can probably find them out from that.
And Sela raises her eyebrow a little bit. Well, if they are still alive, then there is a chance that we may rescue them, yes?
Yes.
Well, I think that this is a job for the Rumble Foxes, yes? And Lem just kind of like raises his eyebrows. Sela? What? I mean, why would this just be our job? Well, we count as adventurers, do we not? We are celebrity fighters. Well, says you. And she like squints a little bit. I am captain of the guard here. Yes, and that is very impressive and all. But quite frankly, I think we should go find our friend first before we make any hasty decisions as to what we're doing next. There's quite a lot going on right now, and it's probably best to update the families on this kind of thing first, don't you think? Fine.
No, we should strike out right away.
No, as we know where they are. That they are traveling.
Exactly. We can't let them get away.
And she looks over. I am with the Griffin. We should. Fine, if you wish. And kind of gives a shrug. And looks left and right. Well, if you don't want to go find wherever Kess is, I'm sure that he won't miss us too much.
Kess is the bard, right?
No, Kess was the one with the very punchy hooves. That was on the poster. Yeah.
Oh, the bard's here. Lem's here.
Yeah, Lem's here.
Either way.
The members of the Rumble Foxes are Cairo, who, I guess through this hour, they could kind of tell you a little bit about themselves or whatever, or just over the course of how long you've known them. Cairo, who is the pyrokineticist. Yoon, who's obviously a cleric.
Yeah, we had a number of hours. I'm sure we had some small talk.
Yeah. Lem, who is the bard. Kess, who self-describes as one hell of a fighter. That mainly uses his hooves to do things. Sela, who is obviously the paladin, and that's the Rumble Foxes.
By the way, how did the Bonita give you the blue flower look? I asked the blue lady.
You, what?
How did the pony that gave you the flower look like?
Huh? Oh, well, that's the thing. I just found it with a note.
Oh, that's silly.
Well, isn't that how? And she looks like towards Sela, who cuts her off a little bit. Yes, that is how all of them wind up. There is a mysterious note in a flower. Let's go on a date. Yes. And all of you, well... And she looks up and down. Seems to get like a little bit softer. Well, I shan't say it, but people are very gullible to follow along with it. It is, it's like, why would you go to meet a stranger after such a thing? Well, isn't it romantic? I am not one for romanticisms.
We know.
I can tell.
And,
Honestly, same here. I do not see much use in romance.
And, Pingwing in the back kind of snickers a little bit. I think he's trying to flirt. And Sela turns around immediately and looks toward him. Care to say that one again? No, ma'am, no. I was joking. Don't hurt me. Don't bash my face. And he covers his beak.
Nothing first, just gives death glares. Why is there a train?
Yeah, I heard the train too. It's Thomas the Tank Engine. Roll it. Nah, but she kind of shakes her head. Well, I suppose this if they are headed out, whoever it seems to be headed northward, along with the better half of that thing over there. And she points toward Night Vale.
What?
Are they perhaps going to the same place?
Or it's Wati, where we're heading anyway. Is Wati above or northward from here?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we're both heading to the same place, by the looks of it.
Well, why don't and he looks toward she looks toward Lem somewhat for this. What do you think? I say, and she looks toward your party again. These wayward adventurers are more than capable, and she kind of gives like a little bit of a shifty thing, as if she like hated to admit it a little bit. Perhaps that one, the evil one, can prove himself and be a little bit more conscious of what's going on. We can stay here and make sure that the families are notified, and I do believe there is the matter of course, the winnings that you are owed.
Yes, and our betting. We should get that paid out too.
No, that's what she was. I guess yeah. In generality, that's kind of what she was getting at. And she kind of gives a little bit of a look toward you guys. Well, are you just going to stand there?
I'm just soaking it in, you having to admit how much better we were than you.
And to this, Sakura just kind of just like, anyway. She like steps in over here, puts her hoof out. Yes, ma'am, we are ready to go. Ready to go. Don't mind him. He's just being silly. If it makes you feel any better, and she kind of just flashes green, and turns into what looks to be Gyro, and starts talking in Gyro's voice. I am being a very, very silly griffin today, and I apologize for any of my sarcastic little quips. And then she changes back. There. Have that mental image in your mind. She looks back toward Gyro. Now you stop being such a nuisance. She starts like pulling you. Pulling.
Sunny!
And she's like, what?
Can you go get our money?
And Sila looks over. I will take care of that. Just bring back the girl, and then we'll get that sorted out to you.
Okay. I think we should investigate the cage where the thing broke out.
What do you think we can find from that?
I don't know, but we didn't find anything at all so far.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. And like we found that the water was drugged, and
And what does that mean?
Damien set up this red heron for us to follow, so we could waste time on it.
No. I don't think it was like that. If he can bite this style, wouldn't the amulets also detect him as evil?
Well, I mean, detect evil, generally you have to focus on someone.
No, I mean, everyone knew I was evil, so if he came by here, they would probably know he was also evil.
It has a point, you know.
Well, maybe as a way to block it off. I mean, Kidnapper was also here.
I mean, he doesn't have any friends. I don't think he can do that.
He has lots of friends. Somehow.
I mean, he makes friends by brainwashing them on the way. He wouldn't have made any friends on the way on the desert.
I don't know, you guys are the magic people. Is there ways to block off your aura?
Yes. there is.
See, well, he did that then.
But how?
Maybe the spell Conceal Aura.
He can't cast that.
We got someone cast it for him.
Who?
I mean-
Who?
It's a level 2 spell. He could have bought a potion.
Oh, this kidnapper was here in this town for a while. No one got him. Maybe they worked together.
Maybe the kidnapper is not evil. I don't know.
We'll go find him and ask him, okay?
Yeah, I think we should go talk with the red herring guy. Maybe he sold the bards.
You do what you
Crazy
want.
rock.
I'm flying off.
Bye.
I'm gonna tag along with the person who's actually going to rescue the people. Yeah? You wanna come on, Zakira? We'll follow the dragon.
Yeah. I trust that that Sula gal is gonna be honest with the money. And she smiles.
There.
Yes?
Do you think we should go talk with the alchemist real quick before leaving?
Why? We already talked to the alchemist.
Ask if he sold Barbarian's Rage weeds to anyone.
We don't care. We know who is kidnapping people.
Yeah.
No. Alright.
And the Penguin kind of chimes in. I, for one, am impressed with Night Vale's tenacity to try to figure out more information.
Because I'm smart.
And Sela just kind of like steps aside. Well then, go with your friend, and you could certainly figure that out. But I hope you're a fast flyer to catch up with them as they go actually do work to save the young lady.
Just before we leave, I think I need a god. Which one would you recommend?
What?
I think I need a god. Which one do you think would be good for me?
Are you asking the clerics this?
I'm asking, yeah, the clerics.
Who will look toward the person, the main head over here. Kind of steps out. And that is for you to decide, young one. Whichever one you believe would guide you through your life in the best way that you can. And the Yoon over here just quietly starts.
There!
I'm your god now.
Yeah! What should we do, god?
Well, I'm happy. Thanks for choosing as a god, so when you die, I get your soul and become more powerful.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have my soul anymore, so I can't give it to you.
Fuck.
Yeah, he does have a point there.
You're worthless.
Oh, don't say that to me.
God has abandoned you.
No, only people's souls give gods powers. So which means that we need your redemption arc to get your soul back so you can make me more powerful. So let's go get this person who's kidnapped this person.
All of the clerics in here look mortally offended. Sela looks like she's about to kick, like just fucking squish you, dear. I think we should really get out of here before she makes mincemeat of all of us. Yes, you really should. Okay.
Wee.
Okay, I hear that Night Vale and Pingwing seem to be going to the alchemist briefly to ask questions, and then the...
Oh, are we? I thought,
I thought that's what you were doing.
I mean, what does my god tell me to do?
I already stated my will.
Alright, I shall follow Dur's will and go north.
Go north with the party?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Back over here. So you guys start.
So, Zakira, you know, the paladin is kind of cute when she's angry.
Slap.
Do you think maybe one of these
You get back.
evenings
You get lightly thumped. You get hoofed.
he stops at that point?
Yeah, like. All right, care to try that sentence again?
You
Or I
are
need to shove
the.
a breath mint down your beak.
I was gonna say, you are the hottest mare I know, and I would never ask you to change.
She gives you like this like deadpan look before her, rather than green fire, more Kieran-esque angry fire starts floating up.
What?
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. You watch it. And she proceeds to keep tugging you along, making sure that you have to walk with her rather than fly, because she can't.
I will walk. I will lean up against her as we walk.
Many things are said about big dumb griffins as you guys begin walking north. What are you guys looking for walking north?
I'm going to try to find those footprints so I can track them.
You start looking for the various footprints. Give me that survival check.
Yes, and I have my thingy, so I get my level to my survival check.
You have your thingy?
My ranger's ability.
Favorite terrain or
track.
Oh, yes, that one.
Nice. You making that roll?
Yes, I am. Oof. On that one, so even with the +5, I don't, or +7, I don't think I get. Or no, half my level, so +3.
You start looking for tracks, and yes, there is a fair bit of tracks. Go here, there, and, traveling up. This is a well-traveled road. Seems like you can't really pick out a specific, I guess, one to follow. They're just kind of patted down in the sand. Sand blows over them. And just barely north of the city, you don't really necessarily see anything too akin to what the cleric was describing. Perhaps they might be a little bit further out.
Yeah. Okay. We'll continue heading north then.
All right. You can give me another perception check if you'd like. And,
Yeah.
Paolo.
Yeah,
I just read what you said in Spectator.
but it's true.
I know.
What?
In the most Joker-esque way I could say it. I know.
Ah,
What?
Oh, undetected alignment is a mesmerist spell.
but I don't. But would he know that everyone in here has a necklace of hide alignment? I mean, detect evil.
Well, that is for me to know and you to find out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the party, not you.
Well, unless he just casts it constantly because he knows he's evil.
It lasts one day, but how would he know that everyone here can do that?
I mean, it could just be public knowledge. Like, we never really rolled a history on this place.
He lives on. He doesn't live close to here.
No, but you don't have to live close to know about, like, other places.
I mean, if you're Night Vale,
No, well, Yes. Your perception check, Gyro, and your perception hunting force would elude you to eventually getting to. Yeah. That's yeah. Getting to the a place that looks somewhat similar to what the um, the cleric was describing, and I'm just trying to put you on the right hex here. Somewhat off the path toward what seems to be the tip of the river that matches the map that you guys have. Seems to be a few trees and like a more slightly greener area that leads up to it. Obviously, water spawns life, that kind of thing, and a couple of landmarks around seem to allude to this being around the area where she might have been scrying, and you're free to give me that survival check here as well if you want.
Alright, I will definitely.
Do you want help?
No, I think I'm good.
Alright.
So that's a 25.
25. You start looking around here, trying to put yourself in the place where you believe that the cleric was describing to the best of their ability. And you, in fact, find a weird set of prints that seem to be leading off of the path, more toward that river, like I had stated. Occasionally going in circles. Generally, like some of the ruins, they seem blown over or wiped over. It just seems to be like rather odd, leading in that direction.
And I will point out that direction to people. He went this way.
And you start heading into this small area. Now, around this time, it is starting to get to the point where it is rather dark outside. You guys literally wasted 3 hours of the day, plus everything else that happened today. Like 3 hours scrying, and then the rest of the things that happened today. So around this point, it's getting like twilight.
We should press on.
Yeah, it's in the dark.
It's up to you guys.
We shall go.
Gotcha. You guys press.
Actually, hold on. Does this also count as a forest?
No, definitely not.
Okay. I was gonna say I had another +2 if this was a forest.
And you will press onward, into this little patch of trees and such like that. Looking left, looking right. Give me a perception check.
All right. Damn.
Nice. Hunting forest. You literally met the DC for this. Looking left and right throughout the little patch of trees, things like that, somewhat blended in, almost as if they had made invisible. Seems to be some weird, something weird leaned against the tree. Somewhat off, kind of like if you're looking at something with active camo and
Battery low.
By the way, my bat has blind sense 20 feet, if anything.
Charging battery. Charging battery.
If you guys are going near it, then yes, your blind sense does in fact pick up that something is there too.
Do I get the sense that it's kind of watching me, or?
Are you going up to it? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll just casually go up to it, like making it look like I'm not going up to it, kind of thing. Like
the thing does not move.
I know.
all right, I'm going right up to it, and I'm going to poke my finger at it, my claw.
You poke it. Seems to be somewhat of a warmer thing, but as you poke it, it just kind of flumps over.
Alright, I am going to call the others over. I found something.
Found what?
Something invisible. Get over here.
Did you find who asked?
All right. I must scatter some sand on it so we can see its form.
You start scattering some sand on it, trying to get whatever it is seen again. And it's one of those things where technically sand accounts as something on their bodily form that isn't another living thing. So, like, it appears for a second and then starts disappearing again.
Just lift them up, have them hit someone so they attack them, and the form goes away. The invisibility goes away.
Look at that. Victor's got a dead.
Alright, I with the dead body.
Your thorough analysis of this is interrupted by the fact that after a certain amount of minutes of just looking at this, whatever was making them invisible stops, and coming to less of a visible, or coming into a more visible spectrum, see what seems to be a small, somewhat reddish-haired Persian. He's very unconscious.
Well, at least we found the person. Now, where's the kidnapper? Can I do a perception check?
You certainly can.
14.
There's a lot of trees. Not really a lot of trees, but you get what I'm saying. There's nothing much in the darkness that you could kind of poke out.
Let's see. Can I look for footprints?
Near the river here where you're at, it is a little, the trail that you are following is a lot more obfuscated by the fact that there's now small grasses and things growing, and it's not just sand, but you're more than welcome to
Oof. That is a 14.
It doesn't seem like you could pick up on too much.
I lost the trail.
I can find it back for you.
Jesus.
Yeah, like actual wisdom class. The person who actually used wisdom.
And you start looking alongside your pal there, trying to find where this trail might have gone off to. And looking around, you find yourself starting to follow it, and then it starts to turn around. Turn. Seemingly going back to back in the direction of the Lirbast.
Maybe he brought it here so someone could pick it up?
So is the person dead or unconscious?
Unconscious.
They seem to be breathing.
Right. Well, should we heal them, maybe, and wake them up?
I don't know, Doctor. You want to do this?
I mean, I don't have Cure Light Wounds prepared, I don't think.
I think we should wake them up when we're back in town.
We should not go back in town, because we need to apprehend the criminal who did this.
The criminal who did this went back to town.
Maybe.
The tracks we're following were all kind of obscured. He could be trying to pull us off track.
Yep. So we should wake them up here and see if they can tell us anything.
Well, if you can wake them up, wake them up!
Well, no. Our shaman here can cast Cure Light Wounds.
Now who?
Night Veil.
I shall use my powers.
Yes.
I'm going to walk up to the Persian and I gonna use something I have been waiting all campaign to use.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Shall use my wand of cure light wounds,
Oh. Okay.
which now has 49 charges.
I've been hurt all day.
You told no one.
I think it was obvious after the fight. Like,
I'm saving it. It's expensive.
You start casting your cure spell on this poor unconscious thing. And as you do, she starts coughing a little bit. I forget. Does Cure Light also cure non-lethal?
Yes, by
Yes.
the same amount.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Then yes, she comes to, blinking, somewhat cross-eyed, opening her eyes. Huh?
Hello.
Hey, you're not dead. Who kidnapped you?
Where am I?
You're safe.
Where you are doesn't matter. We need to know who did this to you.
could you shut him up?
Where are you?
We were here to save you.
And she starts like lightly kind of struggling a little bit and makes it kind of hard to grab. Let go of me! Let go of me!
Okay.
And you let go of her, and she kind of thuds on the ground, and kind of shakily stands up, and she starts like trying to back away, stumbling back and falling, like generally being scared. No, no, no.
Please don't hurt yourself.
No, stay back. I don't know who you are.
We're not here to hurt you.
You were kidnapped.
Feel free to give me
We were
diplomacy.
sent here by, I mentioned the paladin's name.
Give me those diplomacies.
Don't worry, I'm good with children. Hey kid, it's all okay now. No need to worry.
Actually, decent.
You're gonna get us banned from fucking YouTube. Diplomacy check. There you go. I'm tacking on to Durs, who's the first one. All of you helpful, wonderful people, and especially for the name of Sila, she seems to kind of stop a little bit. So, oh, okay. Well, I'm so glad. Am I safe? Where's he going? What happened to him?
He left you here from the looks of it.
She looks left. Where are we?
In the desert.
North
About,
of-
or several miles north of, the town.
She blinks. Oh. Okay, so I'm not. Is my family safe?
No, yes. We had their permission to get some items to help find you.
Oh. Okay. She kind of like gives like kind of a sigh of relief. She seems to be a little bit like in a in a bad state right now. She looks like she's about to cry.
This might be hard, but can you tell us what you remember?
Just, of what?
Before you woke up here.
Well, where do you want me to begin?
Wherever you...
The letter.
The letter, and she starts like looking, like on her. I don't have any of that. I don't have my bag.
Did you received a flower, right?
Yes.
Do you remember anything after that?
Well, there was a letter, and it was just a call to go meet somebody at, and she kind of wiggles that hoof in a circle in the air a little bit at the inns, at the tavern, and she kind of blushes like a little bit. It's just, she kind of shifts a little bit. just thought it'd be really nice to see somebody who's nice like that, and that I got there, and next thing I knew, I'm here, knocked out.
All right.
But no, you knew something else because you asked if he was gone.
And she kind of like flushes a little bit as if she'd like neglected to add in a small detail there. Well, okay. What about him?
Have anything that? What does he look like? Do you know that, or?
She points to her mane. Oh, blue mane, whiter coat. I don't know who he is. She shakes her head. Am I in trouble?
No, you're not. Blue mane and white coat. At least that's something we can give to.
What about his cutie mark? Do you know what that was?
No, he kept that covered with a cloak.
I see.
A blue one. If that many things into you.
What about was there another person with you?
Another.
Did you ever see another? There's 2 people who've been kidnapped.
She thinks a little bit. Another. I don't know, everything started going fuzzy after a couple. Wow. And she kind of gives like a little bit of a shift. Well,
After?
he did make us drink a couple things, so I can't recall too much.
Us? Who's us?
I remember somebody else. Gosh, she was somewhat pink.
I'm gonna take a look around, see if there's any other bodies around that might fit that description.
You start looking around. Feel free to give him that perception roll.
Oh yeah, maybe someone else was invisible.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, 16.
You start looking. There doesn't seem to be anything here that you can spot necessarily.
Could working title fly around the area doing a grid pattern?
Certainly can.
Yeah.
You guys also have more than enough time to take a 20.
Oh, he's just gonna use his blind sense powers. Beep, beep, beep.
I think it's more scree.
You start beeping and or scream around. And other than squirrels and that kind of thing, there doesn't seem to be any other bodily person such as this that's in within the area.
Well, we should probably camp for the night at least, guys.
Yeah.
I think we should go back right now.
I don't want to stay out here.
How long will it take to get back to town?
Same amount of time it took you to get out here, about 2 hours.
Yeah, it's worth following those tracks and getting back as quickly as possible.
Alright.
What are you guys doing?
We're gonna head back. I'm gonna carry the girl on my back.
Fantastic. You guys start heading on back.
On our way there, are we attempting to watch the tracks?
Yeah, I'll have do a fly and see if I can find those tracks and follow them. Because he might still have the other girl, or at least dropped her off somewhere.
I don't think he does, because the scrying person didn't see them.
Yeah, the scrying person would have mentioned it.
But good to know where they are, if they went somewhere else maybe.
There's a 29.
You start making sure that you're following the tracks, and yes, you manage to more precisely locate here in the sand which ones are going along the trail there. and keep on following them all the way back to Lerbast. Up until the point where there's obviously a little bit more of a paved sort of infrastructure within the roads and the outside skirts of the place. Now, obviously by now, it's going to be about nighttime by the time you guys arrive back in the city. Let me pull you back up.
Yeah, we will head back to the temple.
Alright. So you guys go from here, and now I gotta move you back to the temple again. Watch this.
Yep.
Question: Does this city have any perimeter walls or anything, or is it just houses on the edges?
The only thing that has a perimeter wall is the temple.
Okay.
Do they have any like guards on the outside?
No.
They should really fix that.
Yes, we should find the captain guard, tell them, have guards patrol around the city now. This person, don't let anyone leave.
Well, I mean, there's a couple guards that are walking around at night, if that's what you're asking, but nobody's, like, taking tickets in or out of the city. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
they we should get them to patrol around the city and make sure no one leaves.
That would be something to take up with Sela.
Yes.
I was about to say, we have to talk with Sela.
We do, but we should tell them that.
Alright, and you guys start bringing in this mare into the temple. Now, before we get into that whole can of worms, I think this is a good time for us to end session for today.
Alright.
As everybody gets back into town, you guys have seemingly saved one of the people here. Strange things that the kidnapper is nowhere in sight, as far as you could tell. What will be of our heroes next? All that jazz. You guys go ahead and say bye to the recording. Bye.